What if the secret to living past 100 isn't about genetics, expensive supplements, or sheer luck, but 7 simple things you do before 8 a.m.? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover the exact morning habits that centenarians in blue zones follow, routines that Harvard researchers have proven can add years to your life. And here's something fascinating. The 6th habit is so simple that most doctors don't even mention it, yet it could be the most powerful longevity tool you'll ever use. These aren't complicated changes or expensive programs. These are practical, immediate actions you can start tomorrow morning. Last year, a team of longevity researchers traveled to Okinawa, Japan, where people routinely celebrate their 100th birthdays in remarkable health. What they discovered wasn't a secret superfood or ancient medicine. These centenarians simply started their mornings differently than most of us do. Their first hour set the tone for everything that followed. Morning habit. 1. They drink water before anything else. Do you reach for coffee the moment you wake up? Centenarians reach for water instead, and there's powerful science behind this choice. While you sleep for 7 or 8 hours, your body goes without any fluid intake. During that time, your cells, organs, and blood become concentrated and dehydrated. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that this overnight dehydration affects everything from your kidney function to your brain's ability to think clearly. Johns Hopkins researchers have found that people who drink water immediately upon waking have better cellular function throughout the entire day. Your body isn't just thirsty when you wake up. It's in a state of mild dehydration that affects how every organ performs. Think about what happens inside your body during those sleeping hours. Your kidneys continue filtering waste, your brain flushes out toxins, and your heart keeps pumping blood through increasingly concentrated vessels. By morning, your blood is thicker, your joints have less cushioning fluid, and your brain cells are operating in a dehydrated state. This isn't just about feeling thirsty. Studies published by Harvard Medical School demonstrate that chronic morning dehydration contributes to kidney stones, urinary tract issues, and even cognitive decline over time. When you skip that morning water and go straight to coffee, which is a diuretic, you're actually making the dehydration worse. Your body has to work harder to perform basic functions, and over years, this daily stress accumulates. Vivian, a 102-year-old from Loma Linda, California, keeps 2 glasses of room temperature water on her nightstand every single night. The moment she opens her eyes, before she even sits up fully, she drinks both glasses. She's been doing this for 60 years. Here's exactly what you need to do. Drink 16 ounces of water within 5 minutes of waking up before you consume anything else. Room temperature water is ideal because your body doesn't have to expend energy warming it up. Keep a glass or bottle on your nightstand tonight so it's the first thing you see tomorrow. If plain water feels difficult, add a small squeeze of fresh lemon. This isn't about forcing down gallons of water or following complicated hydration schedules. It's simply about giving your body what it desperately needs after hours without fluid. Your kidneys will function better, your blood will flow more easily, and your brain will wake up faster. Start tomorrow morning. Your cells need this right now. Morning habit 2. They move their body. Within 15 minutes of waking. What's the first thing your body does when you wake up? For most of us, we lie still, check our phones, and eventually drag ourselves out of bed. Centenarians do something completely different. Harvard Medical School conducted a fascinating study tracking the morning routines of people who lived past 95. They discovered that those who moved their bodies within 15 minutes of waking, not exercise, just simple movement, had significantly better mobility, balance, and cardiovascular health decades later. This wasn't about running or going to the gym. It was about waking up the body gradually and intentionally. When you sleep, your muscles shorten, your joints stiffen, and your circulation slows dramatically. Your spine compresses, fluid settles in certain areas, and your nervous system shifts into a low-energy state. If you go from complete stillness to sudden sitting or standing, you're shocking your system. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that people who remain motionless for the first 30 minutes after waking have higher rates of morning stiffness, joint pain, and balance issues. Your body needs a gentle transition, not an abrupt change. Think of it like warming up a car engine on a cold morning. You wouldn't immediately push it to high speed. Your muscles, joints, and heart need the same gradual awakening. Studies consistently show that morning movement improves circulation, reduces fall risk, and even helps regulate blood sugar levels throughout the day. Clarence, a 98-year-old from Nicoya, Costa Rica, does the same 5 movements every morning while still lying in bed. He rotates his ankles, bends his knees, reaches his arms overhead, twists his torso gently, and takes 5 deep breaths. The entire routine takes maybe 3 minutes. Here's what you should do starting tomorrow. Before you even get out of bed, do these simple movements. First, point and flex your feet 10 times to wake up your lower legs. Second, bend each knee toward your chest 3 times. Third, reach both arms above your head and stretch gently. Fourth, rotate your shoulders forward and back 5 times each direction. Fifth, sit up slowly and take 3 deep breaths before standing. These aren't exercises, they're wake-up signals for your body. You're telling your muscles, joints, and circulatory system that it's time to function. This takes less time than checking your phone, and the benefits compound every single day. Don't skip this. Even 5 minutes of gentle movement changes everything. Morning habit 3. They expose their eyes to natural light. Centenarians don't check their phones first thing in the morning. They look outside. This might sound too simple to matter, but the science is remarkable. Stanford University researchers have discovered that exposure to natural light within the first hour of waking sets your entire circadian rhythm for the day. Your eyes contain special cells that detect light and send signals directly to your brain's master clock. These signals regulate not just when you feel sleepy, but also your hormone production, body temperature, blood pressure, and even how your cells repair themselves. When you expose your eyes to natural outdoor light early in the morning, you're essentially setting your body's internal timer correctly. Most of us wake up in artificial light, bedroom lamps, bathroom lights, television screens. These lights are thousands of times dimmer than natural outdoor light, even on a cloudy day. Research published by Johns Hopkins shows that people who get morning sunlight exposure have better sleep quality at night, more stable moods throughout the day, and lower rates of seasonal depression. But here's what's even more important for longevity. Your circadian rhythm controls when your body performs essential repair work. If your internal clock is confused by lack of natural light, your cells don't repair damage as efficiently. Over years and decades, this contributes to faster aging, higher inflammation, and increased disease risk. The Blue Zones research project found that centenarians in every long-lived region had one thing in common. They spent time outside in natural light every single morning, usually within 30 minutes of waking. Lorraine, a 103-year-old from Sardinia, Italy, opens her kitchen window the moment she wakes up and stands in front of it for exactly 10 minutes while she drinks her morning water. Rain or shine, she does this every day. Here's your simple solution. Within 30 minutes of waking up, go outside or sit next to an open window for at least 10 minutes. You don't need direct sun on your skin, just natural outdoor light reaching your eyes. Don't wear sunglasses during this time because the light needs to reach your eyes, special light-detecting cells. If you absolutely can't go outside, sit next to the brightest window in your home. On sunny days, 5 minutes is enough. On overcast days, aim for 10 to 15 minutes. You can drink your morning water during this time, check your garden, or simply stand on your porch. This costs nothing, takes minimal time, and resets your body's entire 24-hour cycle correctly. This single habit could improve your sleep, energy, and long-term health more than any supplement. Start today. Step outside for 10 minutes right after you finish watching this video. Morning habit. 4. They eat breakfast within a specific time window. When you eat might matter just as much as what you eat. Did you know that? Research from the Blue Zones and data collected by the CDC reveals something surprising about meal timing and longevity. Centenarians don't skip breakfast, and they don't eat it randomly. They eat their first meal within 1 to 2 hours of waking up, almost like clockwork. This consistent timing keeps their metabolism steady, their blood sugar stable, and their digestive system functioning optimally. Your body operates on predictable rhythms, and when you feed it at irregular times, you disrupt multiple biological processes that affect how you age. When you sleep, your body enters a fasting state. Your metabolism slows down, your insulin sensitivity increases, and your digestive system goes into maintenance mode. If you wake up and don't eat for several hours, your body stays in this confused state between fasting and activity. Studies from Harvard School of Public Health show that people who eat breakfast within 2 hours of waking have lower rates of diabetes, better cholesterol levels, and more stable weight throughout their lives. Skipping breakfast or eating very late in the morning forces your body to pull energy from muscle tissue rather than incoming food, which accelerates muscle loss as you age. Even more importantly, irregular meal timing disrupts your gut bacteria, which play a crucial role in inflammation, immunity, and even brain health. The research is clear. When you eat breakfast at roughly the same time each day, your body's biological systems synchronize better, and this synchronization is one of the hallmarks of healthy aging. Harold, a 101-year-old from Ikaria, Greece, eats breakfast at 7:30 a.m. every single morning without fail. His meal is simple: some fresh fruit, a piece of whole grain bread with olive oil, and herbal tea. He's eaten at this same time for 5 decades. Here's exactly what you should do. Eat your first meal within 90 minutes of waking up and try to keep this timing consistent every day, even on weekends. Your breakfast doesn't need to be elaborate or large. A piece of fruit with some nuts, oatmeal with berries, eggs with vegetables, or whole grain toast with avocado. Any of these simple combinations work. The key is consistency in timing and including some protein to stabilize your blood sugar. If you currently skip breakfast, start small with just a banana and a handful of almonds at the same time each morning. Your body will quickly adapt, and within a week, you'll likely feel genuinely hungry at that time. This isn't about forcing food when you're not hungry. It's about training your body to expect nourishment at a consistent time, which optimizes every metabolic process. Tomorrow morning, eat within 90 minutes of waking at whatever time that is, and then maintain that schedule. Morning habit 5. They practice gratitude or purpose. For 5 minutes before centenarians plan their day, they take a moment to remember why they're alive. This isn't religious or mystical, it's practical mental health maintenance backed by decades of research. Harvard Medical School has been running the Harvard Study of Adult Development for over 80 years, tracking the same people throughout their entire lives. One of their clearest findings is that people who regularly reflect on purpose and gratitude live significantly longer than those who don't. This isn't just about feeling happy. The researchers found measurable differences in inflammation markers, stress hormone levels, and even cardiovascular health between people who practice gratitude and those who didn't. Your brain and body are constantly communicating. When you wake up stressed, immediately start worrying or jump into problem-solving mode. You trigger your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. This floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, raises your blood pressure, and puts your immune system on alert. If this happens every single morning for years, you're essentially aging your body faster through chronic stress activation. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that people who start their day with intention and gratitude activate their parasympathetic nervous system instead, which promotes healing, reduces inflammation, and keeps stress hormones balanced. This 5-minute practice literally changes your body chemistry for the entire day. In blue zones, researchers noticed that centenarians had daily rituals of reflection. Some prayed, some meditated, some simply sat quietly and thought about what they were thankful for. The specific method didn't matter, but the consistent practice of purpose and gratitude was universal. Beverly, a 105-year-old from Okinawa, sits on her porch every morning and thinks about 3 specific things. One person she's grateful for, one thing she's looking forward to that day, and one way she can help someone else. She does this while sipping tea, and it takes about 5 minutes total. Here's your simple morning practice. Before you start planning your to-do list or checking your phone, ask yourself 3 questions. First, what is one thing I'm genuinely grateful for right now? Second, what is one small thing I'm looking forward to today? Third, why does today matter? You don't need to journal, meditate, or make this complicated. Simply sit quietly and think about these 3 questions. Let real answers come to mind naturally. This practice shifts your brain from reactive stress mode to intentional living mode. It takes less than 5 minutes and costs nothing, yet research shows it can reduce your risk of depression, lower inflammation, and even improve how your cells age at the DNA level. 5 minutes tomorrow morning could genuinely add years to your life. Make this your non-negotiable habit, starting immediately. Morning habit 6. They do deep breathing before getting stressed. Here's the habit most doctors rarely mention, the one that might be the most powerful longevity tool of all. Centenarians do intentional breathing every morning before stress has a chance to build up. This isn't about meditation or spirituality. This is about physiology and cellular aging. The Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins have both published research showing that breathing patterns directly affect how quickly your cells age. When you breathe shallowly, which most of us do automatically, you're not fully oxygenating your blood or fully removing carbon dioxide waste. Over time, this chronic shallow breathing contributes to higher blood pressure, increased inflammation, and faster cellular deterioration. Deep, intentional breathing does the opposite. It optimizes oxygen delivery, activates your body's relaxation response, and actually slows the aging process at the cellular level. Most people breathe 12 to 20 times per minute with shallow chest breaths that only fill the top portion of their lungs. Centenarians tend to breathe 6 to 10 times per minute with deep belly breaths that fully expand their lungs and diaphragm. This difference seems minor, but the long-term effects are profound. Research shows that people who practice deep breathing daily have lower rates of heart disease, better cognitive function, and significantly reduced chronic inflammation. Your breath is the only part of your autonomic nervous system that you can consciously control, which means it's your most accessible tool for managing stress before it damages your body. In Okinawa, researchers noticed that many centenarians practiced a form of deep breathing called hara-hachi-bu breath, slow, deep breaths that engage the entire diaphragm. These weren't formal meditation sessions. They were simple 3-minute practices done while sitting, standing, or even lying in bed. Vernon, a 99-year-old from California's Blue Zone, does the same breathing pattern every morning before getting out of bed. He inhales slowly through his nose for 4 counts, holds for 4 counts, exhales through his mouth for 6 counts, and repeats this 10 times. It takes about 3 minutes. Here's exactly what to do starting tomorrow morning. Before you get out of bed or immediately after your gentle movements, sit comfortably and place one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose while counting to 4, feeling your belly expand outward. Hold that breath for a count of 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, feeling your belly deflate. Repeat this pattern 10 times. That's it. 3 minutes of intentional breathing that fully oxygenates your blood, activates your parasympathetic nervous system, and sets a calm baseline for your entire day. This practice lowers your blood pressure, reduces inflammation, and improves how efficiently your cells produce energy. Try this right now, even before you finish watching this video. Feel the difference immediately, then make it your daily morning ritual. Morning habit. 7. They connect with another person. When was the last time you truly connected with someone before noon? Centenarians make morning connection a non-negotiable ritual. The Harvard study of adult development, the longest-running study on happiness and health, found one factor that predicted longevity better than anything else: the quality of a person's relationships. Not the quantity, but the quality. People with strong social connections lived longer, had better physical health, and maintained cognitive function far better than isolated individuals. Morning connection sets the tone for your entire day by reminding you that you're part of a community, that you matter to others, and that others matter to you. Loneliness isn't just emotionally painful, it's physically dangerous. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that chronic loneliness increases inflammation, raises blood pressure, weakens immune function, and actually speeds up cellular aging. The Blue Zones research project found that centenarians in every long-lived region had daily social rituals built into their mornings. In Sardinia, elderly people greet their neighbors every morning. In Okinawa, they check in with their moai, their social support group. In Nicoya, they visit family members or friends over morning coffee. These weren't elaborate social events. They were brief, genuine moments of human connection that happened consistently. The consistency matters more than the duration. Even a 2-minute meaningful conversation activates parts of your brain associated with well-being, releases oxytocin, and reduces stress hormones. Over time, these daily moments of connection create the social resilience that helps people weather life's challenges without deteriorating health. Stella, a 104-year-old from New York, calls her younger sister every single morning at 8 a.m. They talk for exactly 5 minutes about what they're planning for the day. They've done this every morning for 30 years, even when Stella was traveling. Here's your simple solution for tomorrow. Before 9 a.m., make genuine contact with one person. You can call a friend or family member for a brief conversation. You can send a thoughtful text message to someone you care about. You can greet a neighbor in person and have a 2-minute chat. The key word is genuine, not just good morning, but real interest in the other person. Ask how they're doing and actually listen. Share one small thing about your day. This takes less time than scrolling social media, and the health benefits are measurable and lasting. If you live with someone, have a real 5-minute conversation with them over breakfast instead of sitting in silence or watching television. Make this connection happen before your day gets busy, before stress builds up, and before you have excuses not to. Tomorrow morning, reach out to one person. It matters more than you think. These 7 morning habits aren't complicated or expensive. They're simple shifts that centenarians around the world prove work every single day. You don't need perfect genetics, endless money, or incredible luck to live longer and healthier. You need better mornings. Starting tomorrow, you can drink water before anything else, move your body gently, expose your eyes to natural light, eat breakfast at a consistent time, reflect on gratitude and purpose, breathe deeply and intentionally, and connect genuinely with another person. Pick even 2 or 3 of these habits to start with, and watch how your energy, mood, and health transform. Which of these 7 habits will you start tomorrow morning? Leave a comment and tell me your plan. I read every single one. If this information could help someone you love live longer and healthier, share this video with them right now. They'll thank you for it. And if you want more science-backed advice for healthy aging that you can actually use, hit that subscribe button, because we're here every week with practical longevity strategies that really work.